The World Series heads to Game 7 tonight in Houston. The Washington Nationals tied up the series with a win in Game 6, staying alive for a shot at their first World Series title. If the Astros clinch it, it will be their second championship in 3 years.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Jordan Schreier, and we're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we have breaking news we're following for you out of North Fargo, where fire overnight badly damaged a home in the Roosevelt School neighborhood. Dispatchers got the call around 11:30 last night about flames and smoke coming from 1007 8th Avenue North. Crews say the fire started in the basement and moved up to the first floor.
There was also a scramble to find a man possibly in the house, but a search of that place didn't turn up a person or a body. Firefighters do confirm with Valley News Live that some pets died in that fire. This is a live look at what is left this morning right now. There is still one firefighter on scene checking for any flare-ups. There is no word yet on the cause or the full extent of damage. We have new information this morning on a deadly plane crash in Aberdeen, South Dakota. The National Transportation Safety Board now says the pilot was killed when his plane hit a tree in wind and fog.
The NTSB says 70-year-old Gerald Zaliski of Hecla, South Dakota, did not have a pilot certificate. He crashed shortly after takeoff around 10:30 p.m. on October 9th. He was on his way to Oaks, North Dakota. A hunter found the wreckage about 3 miles north of Aberdeen 2 weeks later. An escaped inmate from Wadena County is waking up in jail again after about 24 hours on the run. Deputies got a tip from the public about 34-year-old Ryan Petro spotted on the north side of town yesterday afternoon. They say he took off running from a deputy, but was tasered after repeated commands to stop. He was then taken into custody.
Petro had been on the loose since Monday afternoon when he got away from deputies who were taking 2 prisoners to court. The Wadena County Sheriff says Petro took off from an unsecured area of the jail. He was handcuffed near his waist with a transport belt, but he was not wearing shackles on his ankles. Petro was considered dangerous, so both the elementary and high schools were on lockdowns yesterday with increased police patrol in those areas.
10 minutes before 7, let's get a check of our Wednesday morning forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning today. Starting off with some areas of cloud cover, some cold temperatures out there again too. And eventually we will see those numbers rise as we continue through the day today. We're looking at some numbers into the 20s to some 30s, which is still running way below average for this time of year, about 15 degrees or so below average. So still cool out there. We'll see a mix of some sun and clouds once that sun is up today as well. Here's a look at our temperatures. Teens to 20s. It's 21 right now in Fargo, 19 in Grand Forks, only 14 in Langdon, 19 in Devil's Lake, and 23 in the Detroit Lakes area. Factoring in some of that wind that's still out there, we've got some wind chills that are in the single digits again this morning. 1 is what our wind chill is right now in Langdon, 4 in Devil's Lake. Fargo, it feels like we're at 10 or 12, and in Grand Forks, it feels like we're at 10 degrees. So a cold start. Most of us on the quiet side. There are some lake effect snow showers that are being detected on the radar. This is a loft, but still there could be some of this reaching the ground, especially over by Cooperstown, the Griggs County area, seeing more of that blue on the map. That's the potential for some lighter snow affecting you. And checking out your hour-by-hour planner, again, we're looking at some conditions that are going to be a bit on the cloudy side up north. In the Southern Valley, more likely to enjoy some sunshine this morning. But even so, we're still seeing that potential for some clouds in the south as well heading into the later part of the day today. Temperatures will be in the 20s to some low 30s for your highs coming up. Heading into tonight, we will see some of this start to ease up. We'll quiet down. The wind that's out of the west will ease up as well, and we should start off Halloween on a nice quiet note, clear. But our next system approaching will introduce increasing clouds and perhaps even some flakes flying around at trick-or-treat time. A high of 40, but as we head into the evening hours, as temperatures will drop, we'll likely be into the 30s while we're out trick-or-treating. And then for Friday, a better chance for that snow impacting us with some light stuff throughout the day. And on Friday, could get a little bit minor accumulations for the end of the work week. This weekend, quieting down, highs right around 40, and we need to turn those clocks back. Daylight saving time ends. Gain an hour here, and we're looking ahead to next week at our next chance for snow and maybe a little rain on Monday.
I'm ready for the extra hour of sleep.
I am too.
That's the only good thing right now. Thank you, Lisa.
A Minnesota family's tragedy is a sad warning for all of us about safety when riding in the bed of pickups. A 16-year-old from New Ulm is dead after the truck he was riding in Monday overturned and pinned him underneath.
Police say the driver had lost control of the vehicle on a gravel road. The two teens in the cab of the pickup were not hurt. Safety is on every parent's mind as trick-or-treaters get ready for Halloween. But some people in the area are ghosting the old tradition for trunk-or-treating, and that's easing fears of going out into the neighborhood.
More are popping up around the FM area, and organizers say it's safer because you know the people coming and you're confident of what's going in the bucket.
You're not going to strange houses, for me anyways. I always thought that was kind of scary for Halloween. I think it's just a lot more fun, more groups of people can get involved.
Another option is trick-or-treating at local nursing homes. It's warm inside and the people there love to see little kids.
For more information on that, just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Minnesota's legislative auditor says troubling dysfunction at the Department of Human Services resulted in $29 million in overpayments to 2 tribes for opioid treatment programs. The report issued yesterday says the agency lacked authority to make the payments. No one at the department takes responsibility for that decision, and no one can provide a rationale for making them. Human Services Commissioner Jody Harpstead says the report confirms her assumption that her agency is at fault. She says it lacked internal controls to catch the problem, and it didn't provide the correct advice to the tribes.
In our Healthier Me this morning, Moorhead police scored big on National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. They're thanking everyone who dropped off nearly 115 pounds of unused, unwanted, and expired prescription medications during last Saturday's event. If you didn't make it last weekend, well, you can always drop off prescriptions and vaping products in Moorhead PD's station lobby at 911 11th Street North. Take-Back Days aim to provide safe and convenient ways of disposing of prescription drugs from your medicine cabinet that are no longer needed. It's one way the Drug Enforcement Agency is working to reduce addiction and overdose deaths from opioid medications. This year also was the first time the National Drug Take-Back event accepted vaping products. If you have a hankering for sushi, a new addition at West Acres might be able to help out. Crave has opened its new Fargo location.
The restaurant features a large dining room and a full sushi bar, but staff say if sushi isn't quite your thing, don't worry, there are options for you. A soft opening was held for friends and family yesterday, and Crave is officially open for lunch starting at 11 o'clock today. Things are getting spooky here on the Valley Today this morning as we prepare for Halloween tomorrow.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us in studio this morning with some transformations that have happened throughout the Valley today. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. I'm here with Mina Daly, who has done this beautiful artwork on our models, Megan and Taylor. We have some fun makeup looks, and so let's just kind of go through what we did this morning. One, they're very time consuming and we used pretty cheap makeup.
Yes, so we started with the zombie look today, and as I mentioned earlier, we wanted to have the effect of bruises. So we have some blues, some purples, some browns, and definitely that contour. And we focus on the hollows of the eyes and the cheeks and just making her look ghastly and hungry today.
And then Megan, we did a vampire look on her, and I want to talk about the blood because we used a gel base. Is that kind of easier to go to for blood?
Yes, so it's definitely easier. And as you see, it's kind of dried up a little bit. So it's going to stay put all night for all the trick-or-treaters out there. And it's so easy to apply.
And then what makeup did we use? I know you even mentioned that some of it was from the dollar store.
Yeah, some was from the Dollar Tree, and all of the eyeshadow palettes could be purchased at either Ulta, Sephora, or even Walmart.
So these are just some fun looks if you're really wanting to vamp up your Halloween costume this year from head to toe. Just bring that whole look together.
Love it. Some great ideas and inspiration this morning, even if you are, still coming up with a last-minute idea.
Yeah, and they were using on Abby. She had some makeup on earlier, and they were saying that they used a liner from the dollar store. So you don't have to break the bank either, which is really great. Abby Furchner and the gang reporting live this morning. Thank you very much.
East Grand Forks police are staying with a tradition that helps people pay off parking tickets while helping those in need. Until December 31st, they'll be taking non-perishable food items to pay off no emergency parking tickets.
Officers say during the last couple of years, they have donated more than 250 pounds of food to the local food shelf. And it's time to now take your golf game indoors to a warmer location. Moorhead's Village Green is closing for the season at the end of business day on Friday.
The Meadows will stay open through the weekend, but will close on Monday.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, in a survey of parents, statistics show that the average parent does this 156 times a year.
The answer makes sense if you think about it. You eat your meal standing up, hovering over your children, cutting up their food. Remember, you can play along every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. Once again, a chilly start to our day.
Yeah, temperatures well into the teens in some areas, all of us below freezing, and we may spend the entire day below freezing in many locations, just like yesterday. So keeping that cold air around. We'll see a mix of some sun and clouds out there some moments where we're enjoying that sunshine, other times where the clouds are passing by, maybe even a few flakes, a few flurries too. Your temperatures are 16 in Langdon and 21 in Fargo, 20 in Grand Forks. Wind chills, of course, much lower than that. We're at 4 in Langdon. We've gone up 3 degrees now. That's nice to see. It feels like 4 in Devil's Lake as well, and Fargo and Grand Forks, wind chill of about 10. There are some places where you could see a little light snow east of those lakes especially, and heading into Halloween, high of 40, but still quite cold for trick-or-treaters.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. You can get more live up-to-the-minute news and weather right now on the